Okay, welcome back to the Inferno Insurrection, where we find ourselves in a pretty good position in terms of our economy for the first time. We have 13,000 gold per turn coming in. In terms of the opponent situation, enemy situation, we have one hero approaching us, which is Sylvia. I don't think I looked at her at the end of the previous episode, but she's approaching with a fairly large conflux force. Not too powerful, but not too weak either. So we've got to try and defend that using Caitlyn, and I do want to get just one of these, just to finish off this force of 6 Cavaliers. But outside of that, I don't really want to overdo this. I need to put someone in the town, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Clavius up to Ayden. And we're going to swap these two round. Okay, so he's in the town, we're going to go back to this, and before I forget, we're going to take Sylvia out, we're going to go to the east, and I think, because of the stables, we should have enough movement points. Yeah, that's fine. Enough movement points to take this and get back. Then we tuck ourselves back into the town, and I think that should be fine. I'm not going to spend any gold on the archers, although that probably would have worked better than the Cavalier, but still. That should be enough to defend from Sylvia, particularly with the help of the castle, of course. So we can go back to this, we can tuck Clavius into the town. And what I'm going to do with Ayden is I'm going to send him out. I'm going to actually go for the Manticore Lair, and I think we can justify going for the Manticores themselves too. So that's quite expensive, but I think it's worth it because it means we can just start using Ayden, go aggressive, and not be too distracted. So these things, I think we want 3 stacks to go forward. So if we go with those 3 stacks in the middle, Horde of Lizardmen should be fine. Let's just go straight for this. They actually don't want to fight us. I don't really want to fight them. Manticore Lair, let's put our Trogs in the middle. And let's group these up. Okay, so there should be 6 Manticores. That should be fine. We're going to send them forward. We're going to bait them in. Shouldn't need to take any losses. And I'm hoping we don't need to use any spell points either. So these guys actually can't reach us because I think this obstacle is right in their way. I guess they can go here. Okay, so they don't go for us. I'm not sure if I'm missing something there. Let me just see how much we do. So if we attack with these, they will attack us back. I don't think we should do that. We're going to attack with these first. It's going to kill 2 to 3. And 3 will hit us back. That won't be enough to kill us. I think this is safe. Yep, so they hit us back, they do most of the damage, but we can then finish them off. Okay. Then we can pick up 2 more Manticores, and we can start moving towards the rampart base. Let's just get as close as we can. Oh yeah, something I need to mention. Potentially the plan for this part is if we go and view air again. So there is actually a lava zone just to the south, and it looks like we can just follow the path straight from our rampart town. And I want to see what that town is. It's unclaimed, but it's in a lava zone, which makes me think there's a good chance it's Inferno. And if it's Inferno, then what we could actually do, and I don't know how this is going to go down because a lot of people would say it's a massive waste of gold, but what we could do is we could build 2 castle gates. It's going to cost us 20,000 gold, but once it's done, we've got 2 directly linked Inferno towns, we can jump between the 2 anytime. It's effectively just a really expensive version of Town Portal, but I still like the idea of doing it. Firstly, we don't have Town Portal. Secondly, this playthrough is all about Inferno, so having 2 strong Inferno towns that are directly linked to each other, I think does make sense. And I can't remember if there's a third reason. It's still going to be useful, like it's going to be really useful for us to be able to send Ayden back and forth. So I think that's the direction I want to go in, but first we have to see what actually happens with the purple hero who's lurking. We can just about see them lurking to the east in the fog of war. Let's get as close as we can, and what we should be able to do is jump into the town, take Octavia out, and we're going to take all of the slow units. And let's move slightly to the south just to scout this out. Okay, that's as far as we can go. I'm going to go back into the town, and I'm going to deposit all of my slower units. In fact, what I should have done is I should have used this instead. Is it too late? No, it's not. That's good. swap them back round, go back into the town. We will pick up one more. And that's going to ensure that both Octavia and Ayden have maximum movement points next turn. Then we also have Zarfax, and I think Zarfax we're just going to keep around just as support. There's not really too much to do with him. I guess we'll just put him here. Then we have Vokil. Vokil is going to go to this. And can't then make it back to the town, so what I'll do instead is I'll go up to the north and we'll go to the windmill. Then we have Axis, Khalid, and Christian left to move. Not sure what to do with Christian, but what I will do with Khalid is I'm going to put her within a turn of Sandro. So Sandro can make it to her next turn. But Sandro should also go for the Orc Chieftain, so I think she's in about the right place. I'm going to actually bring her slightly closer. We're going to chain the Devils back up. We're going to pick up some new units in the Inferno Town. And we're going to go to the north. We're going to take on the Wolf Riders, the Sprites, the Dwarven Treasury. I don't think we'll go for the Power Liches. That might be okay, but I'm not sure, just because it's lots of them. That might be kind of difficult. A pack of Power Liches should be easier, and the reward, in a way, is more useful to us. Shield of the Damned, definitely useful. Shrine of Magic Thought could be really good. Then we go for the Dwarven Treasury, and depending how long things take with Ayden, we could keep going north, take out the Trogs, and finally push forward the Fire Lake, the Cavaliers, and the second Dwarven Treasury. If that all works out, that could be really worth doing. Christian is probably going to be part of that. What I could do with him is actually just leave him somewhere like this. Yeah, let's do this. That should be fine. Alright, so Axis is going to stay in place. We have 6,000 left to spend, so let's just have a look at our options. Don't think we'll bother with this town. This town can go for stables. It's kind of a bit too out of the way. Don't think there's much point. And this town could go for Mage Guild level 2. I think I'll save my resources for now. Okay. That should all be fine. We're going to end the turn, see what happens. So, I'm not sure what blue's going to do, but they're not coming towards us just yet. They're opening all that stuff up. So blue has loads of heroes. I'm not sure. Wow, okay. That's pretty strong. Tan is moving around our lands. Purple comes towards us and goes back. So there's quite a lot that happened there. So we know about Tan. That's kind of annoying because I was hoping they'd either turn back or attack us. This is kind of the worst of both worlds. So elsewhere we've seen... Okay, so the blue here is right here. It's Erdemon. There's a bit of a castle force. Not too strong, but reasonably close to Britonia. So I have to be a little bit careful of that. Don't think it really changes my plans. And then down to the south we've got this force, which is Galthran, very weak, not going to be a problem. To the west we've got a lot of blue players, or blue heroes in fact. So Ufritin's pretty good. But Ufritin also not really strong enough to take our town. And Samulik, he's also pretty good, but like again, I'm not sure he's strong enough to take the town. So I think Sylvia, not Sylvia, what's her name, Caitlyn. I think Caitlyn can just hold the town. That should be fine. I don't want to spend too much gold there. So let's go back to this, and let's just move Zarfax out of the way. Yeah, so we can't access the School of War, that's not going to be possible. Let's go over to this, let's take all of these units back. Gonna have to do it the slow way. Okay. So Octavia moves down. Ayden moves across. Let's take all of these units. We don't need this. So we're going up against, firstly, a horde of Serpentflies, followed by lots of Serpentflies. I think we probably want to split. These instead. I think. They should form multiple stacks. We're just going to try this. Okay, so 74 of them. That's not going to be easy. They form 2 stacks. If I go for haste... 6 to 9 kills. I thought we'd get a few more than that. We're going to let them come closer. Our morale is actually low. Fortunately, they don't get morale. So we can move in and attack with these. They have 65 health, 9 speed. Our opponents have 9 speed, we have 12. So we're incredibly fast. I don't think they'll kill us. No, actually they definitely will. They have a really good chance of killing us. I'm going to defend. These guys I probably should have split instead. These guys will probably get killed. So our first attack is going to be with these. Let's just go for it. They do actually dispel our haste, of course. That's a bit of a problem. The manticores actually almost die from that. Fortunately, we should keep our haste with these 2 stacks. Okay, so next round begins. We want to keep the manticores safe. So if we were to go for Cure, that's going to give us 60 hit points, which should probably be enough. Yeah, that second stack of Servant Flies is going to cause us some problems. I guess because we're all hasted, it might not be too bad. Yeah, because everything gets to move, with the exception of the manticores. But we can deal with the manticores just after the demons move. I'm not sure this works. I think I want to go for Bless. I shouldn't have split the E3, that was a mistake. I didn't think they'd be that weak. I quite like Bless here. But to protect the manticores, I think we need to Cure instead. Yeah, I'm gonna Cure. Then I go for these. I think that might have been a mistake. I'm not sure these guys are going to survive. Yeah, 14 health left. I think I've just saved a Manticore and sacrificed an E3 instead, which is not a good trade. Oh, what I could do is I could hold these in place. Then I might lose a Dendroid instead, but that's fine. Okay, let's go for these. And hopefully, if they just have 7 left, they probably still kill the E3, but we're going to go for this. Okay, so we lose a Dendroid, that's fine. They're about to move. Obviously I should have attacked them instead, shouldn't have attacked them with the Infernal Troglodytes, doesn't really make a difference. These guys should be safe to go for this though. They go for the Trogs, which is good, keeps our E3 safe, and we should be able to finish them off. Okay, so 1 Dendroid lost, I think that's worth it. Then we go for this, it's Precision, which is not too useful to us. Pandora's Box. 5,000 gold. Okay, so we're in a really good place. The detour to the School of War, I think, is not urgent. Okay, this time round we're going with just 1 big stack. They don't want to fight us. I don't really want to fight them. Let's go straight to the south. Lots of rogues should be fine. This one we should do for the XP. So the morale situation, obviously the Dendroids, I don't really need them. They did actually help us in the previous fight, but should really get rid of them. Okay, we don't miss our turn, that's good. Okay, oh wow. So not a great choice here. Basic leadership obviously immediately solves our morale problem. Basic mysticism, really not good in Shadow of Death. Really bad skill. It's an easy choice, we obviously go for leadership. But that's not really what I want, because we've already used up a few skill slots on things I wouldn't normally go for, like intelligence. Obviously in this case intelligence is amazingly good, but in most cases I wouldn't usually pick that. Expert water magic I think should be fine, but we definitely want earth magic, we definitely want offense, and we definitely want logistics. So we've not really got any room for maneuver now. I'd normally go for armor as well, but I think we can afford to go without that. For the town we just need to follow the path for. If we go straight to the south instead, might save us some time. Let's just check this. Yeah, so Erdeman's not really that easy to reach. Yeah, we can't reach him from here, so let's just go for these instead. It is an Inferno town, so that's really great to have confirmed. So I'm not sure if my other heroes can reach me, but I really want to get rid of these dendroids if I can. Gonna slow me down too much. Okay, definitely worth it for the XP. If we go through here, we can claim an Imp Crucible. We can also get some defense, but it's a bit of a detour. I think we'll come back to that. We want to go back to Octavia. Octavia I don't think can reach. She actually can, okay, perfect. Okay, let's swap these units round. And I'm going to keep these just for safety, although... yeah, I think just because we're near Fog of War, that should be fine. That shouldn't be an issue. Alright, let's go slightly further to the south. Then we'll go back to Zarfax. I'm going to claim the ore pit. And let's just do some scouting. Berkiel's going to go for this. I thought it said that hadn't been visited, but okay. Just go back to the town. Okay, so Sandro is going to take on the Orc Chieftains. That seems fine. I can't remember if we went for this. Yes, we did. That's good. Okay, so we can pick up all this stuff completely fine. Let's just make sure we pass the units over. So we now have 24,000 to spend. We're actually very close to the Mage Guild level 5. Also close to the Castle Gate. Upgraded Forsaken Palace is also affordable. So we have a lot of really good choices. I still want to go for the Castle Gate, I really like that idea, but upgraded Forsaken Palace is definitely tempting. So it's day 6, so we still got 2 more turns to go. To get Ayden back here, we need the Castle Gate. Let me just check how this works. Yeah, so you can't travel to any town, you have to go to a town that also contains a Castle Gate. There's no point buying one. If you're going to buy one, you have to buy the other. If I were to go for the Mage Guild level 5... yeah, so that kind of costs us too much sulfur, too many gems. I think it's between the upgraded Forsaken Palace or straight for the Castle Gate. We don't actually have to make that decision this turn. We could just go with something very simple like the upgraded Hellhole. That's also very important for the potential demon farming. Yeah, so Pit Lords allow us to start doing demon farming. That's going to be really strong. Upgraded Demon Gate is not that useful to us. Not at this stage. I think we can't go wrong with Order of Fire. That might have been a bit too conservative, but we'll see how it goes. So what we can do is we can actually go out with Axis this turn. That is maybe one reason why we should have gone a bit more aggressive there, but 23,000 in the bank is not bad. We can think about building things in these towns too. So Artifact Merchants is too expensive. This is too expensive in terms of resources. I think we leave that be for now. So Monastery in this town is an option. No, I think we save all of our gold for this town. And we're going to go for the Ifrit. We're going to go for... I think we just go for these. We've got enough gold to spare. That was actually way more expensive than I thought. I'm not sure how I feel about that now. Still, 45 Cerberi. If we can send those forward with haste, that's going to be huge. Alright, so we're going to bring Kaled across. I'm going to pass these over. Should have also gone for the Pit Fiends, but never mind. Alright, we can maybe come back to this later. Put these two round. Then Christian is going to go for these. Should be very easy. They don't want to fight us, I think that's fine. Alright, so the Ring of Life. I looked this up, and it actually does work with demon farming. So this will increase the health of all of our imps by 1. So they're going to go from 4 health each to 5 health each. That means we can effectively raise about 20% more demons from the same number of imps. That's actually really strong. Let's go for these next. They don't want to fight us either. It's not really worth it for the XP. Sprites are really bad for XP. Let's see what this is. A horde of dwarves and a pack of battle dwarves. That should be fine. I kind of feel like I should have brought some imps with me, so I'm going to go back. And I think we'll do this next turn. Yeah. That should be fine. Okay. So we're not going to spend anything else. We're not immediately threatened. I'm not going to chase that down. Just going to end the turn. So blue does not take our cliff nest, which is nice. Oh no, they do. Okay. Kind of a bummer. Erdeman, not coming to attack us just yet, but is claiming lots of resources. Can't keep track of all this. So orange is coming back too, and there's also purple. I think just assume they're everywhere. So Galthran's weak. Gem has kind of come back into the game. This is Adelaide, who's weak. And then Alamar's also coming for us, but Alamar's pretty weak too. Okay. Not a great situation. Let's start by moving our scouts. So orange has been here. But I don't think they've explored much of it. Okay. So we do have 22,000, which means we can bring Ayden straight through if we want to. Don't think I saw any sign of purple. Ufritan's nowhere near us. I need to watch this back. So we know about blue. So that was tan going underground. That's fine. Then there's also, I think, purple, who's in this area. This area is near to our rampart base. So our rampart base is kind of threatened. The tan, I think, is somewhere around here. Yeah, I don't think that threatens us too much. Okay. That doesn't really change my plans. Let's just go straight to the south. Got to take my units, but fortunately we do get away with it. This should be fine. No losses. Yeah, pretty sure these can't reach us. They go for the ballista, they don't kill it off, that's fine. Oh crap. Misclick. We don't lose one though, so that's good. Alright. Need to calm down. Let's get our units back first, although we don't really need them. Yeah, thinking about it, we're completely fine. Horde of skeletons, that's no problem. Or perhaps it is. No, this should be fine. 49 to 74 kills. I can't see how we lose one. Okay. That was completely fine. So a pack of Nagas, we probably do want our units for that. We don't need to worry about morale at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna check this out. Misfortune. Not worth going for. Day 7, so this is a pretty good place for Octavia to stop. Okay, so going forward, a pack of Nagas, the Targ of the Rampaging Ogre, and that's about it. Pack of Nagas we don't have the best spells for. Yeah, we got basic slow, which is not great. Expert bless could be good, but not ideal. Oh, there's actually a Forsaken Palace too, so we definitely went in the right direction. Sadly, we can't go for that this week, but next week for sure. So haste is an option, but I think... No, I think haste does make sense. Need to be careful with this. Okay, so we don't want to attack with these for sure. I'm just going to move slightly forward so we keep our options open. These guys can go and absorb retail, which I think we probably need to. Yeah, let's just go do it. Bit of a waste of 17, but I think it has to be done. Okay, so that takes them straight down to 1, which means we can go focus on this stack instead. Okay, next round begins. These guys have very few hit points left. Magic Arrow is going to do 90 points of damage. I think we want to go for Bless instead. Then we shouldn't attack with these. We should attack with these. Let's go straight for these. 50 hit points left. I think we should be fine though. So the big problem is the stack of 5. I might just sack the Dendroids. Yeah, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to sack the Dendroids. These guys will survive with 2 hit points left. So it doesn't really matter if we attack or not. These guys have 5 speed, so let's just actually double check this. So they can kill our Silver Pegasi, which is actually probably fine. So this all depends on how these 2 hex units move. Whether they can just kind of flip around. Pretty sure they can't reach our Manticores. So actually, should be fine to do this. Oh, they actually get morale, okay. So they get morale, they go for the demons, that kind of sucks, but never mind. We can finish these off. Next round begins. 30 hit points left, I think we just go for Magic Arrow. Then I don't think the retail kills us, which it doesn't, and we finish them off like that. Okay, that could have been worse. Advanced leadership for sure. We get the Hypnotize spell. We get a bit of extra defense. +5 defense, that's pretty good. Then we go for the town. Some losses expected, but this should be fine. Don't really need the morale, but that's fine. Alright, so second Inferno base is ours. We actually need the Citadel for the Castle Gate. I didn't know that. So Fort doesn't really help us from day 7, I think. Normally Mage Guild might, but in this case, we've already got over our technical maximum spell points. I am going to put myself in the town. I guess we go Mage Guild. Or we just go Fort. If we go for Fort, we can go for Citadel next turn, and Castle Gate turn after. We also need the Tavern for the Town Hall. I'm going to go for the Tavern. So we can get Linus back, or we can go for Thane. I'm pretty tempted to get Linus back. We can send him to the south just to scout, but it's not really necessary because we already know for sure we definitely do want to go to the south. So I think we save our gold. We go back to this base, and upgraded Forsaken Palace is doable, but not needed this turn. So let's just go for extra units instead. Let's just double check these forces. So Christian wouldn't really benefit from a small number of demons. I think we just go for a bunch of these. Okay, so Khalid is going to go to Axis, and Axis is going to take the fight instead of Christian, because Christian doesn't really have too much. Axis is basic fence, basic air magic, and he's just a bit all around better. Okay, so the imps should be 6 speed, which should mean they outspeed battle dwarves and normal dwarves. So I think we want to stick our best creatures on the left side of the field. So that's slot 3 for sure. And then slot 5. And doesn't really matter where we put the devils, but let's go with slot 6. I think this is fine. I'm hoping we don't lose too much. That is completely fine. We get basic earth magic too. That's an extra 4,000 gold. And we can push straight on towards these. We should do this one just for the XP, even though it's not a particularly important hero. There we go. Take all of this. And let's bring Axis up in this direction. Swap these round. Then we're going to put Vokiel back in the town. And we could go for Loinus for sure. Definitely a thing we could do. So it's nice to have an excess of gold. Castle Gate, probably not needed next turn. I think we can save our gold. That should be fine. The question is, do we upgrade this? Upgraded Manticore Lair is kind of useful to us. Portal of Summoning. I think while we have excess gold, let's just do it. Let's get us a couple of extra Manticores. Might as well do that on day 7. And we can bring Clavius out. Don't think there's too much he can do, although I guess we might as well go for these. That should be fine. Okay, so don't really want to invest too much else, but I could make Caitlyn slightly stronger. We don't want to upgrade our Archer's Tower because we do want to go for the fort. Griffin Bastion is pretty cheap. Gives us a bit of extra fodder if we need it. Yeah, Adelaide's not a threat, Alamar shouldn't go for us. That all seems fine, so the only question left to solve is, do we go for Loinus? Pains me to say it, but I think no. I think we recruit someone next turn instead. So Adelaide claims our ore pit. That's kind of annoying, but okay. Erdeman is coming towards our base. And okay, so they're kind of swarming all over us, but that's fine. We have a lot of gold we can spend. All we have to do is defend this. So I guess I could have built the monastery, but it's kind of expensive. Don't really want to spend my gems on that. So we've got Fiona, who comes with a few extra Inferno units, and Broghild, who's not too useful. I think we probably upgrade the barracks. Are we strong enough to take these on? I think maybe Gem could cause some problems. I think Erdeman should be fine. I think that should be fine too. With the help of the castle. I don't really want to spend my crystal on this, but we should be okay for crystal. We've got the ever-flowing crystal cloak. Let's just do it. So we definitely want some defenders. This is kind of expensive. I mean, we shouldn't risk it. This is our capital too. Just have as many defenders as possible. And that should be fine. Okay, so let's do this first. So Horde of Pixies is no threat. Lots of Master Gremlins, also no threat. We want to go for this for sure, although it is day 1, so it doesn't really matter too much when we do it. I think let's just go for these for now. Okay, we can pick up all the stuff next turn, that's fine. Let's just get it back to Christian. The Christian, of course, is the worst of the two heroes, so maybe should have done that the other way around, but probably fine. Could go for this stuff instead. Throng of Air Elementals I'm not sure we should go for. Pack of Cavaliers, probably not. I think we go for the Skeletons. We should take the fight. This is again worth it just for the XP. Okay, let's check this out. Horde of Dwarves and lots of Battle Dwarves. I think if we can bring up some fodder, that's probably fine. So let's actually go and get Fiona. And we now can't afford the upgraded Forsaken Palace. We just need a little bit more gold for that, but not really needed. What we could do instead is we could actually start demon farming, but I'm not sure I want to go for that just yet. Let's come back to this. Let's go to Zarfax. This looks to be a bit of a dead end. Okay, so that's the dead end. There's not too much through there. Did make a bit of a mistake leaving Ayden in the town. That wasn't too wise. But it's going to cost us a few movement points, not too much else. So let's leave this stuff behind and maybe just go Town Hall for now. If we go for the fort instead, that's quite a lot of gold gone. Let's just double check this. So, not a great source of gold around. Imp Cache is a bit weak. The Horde of Harpies for the Gem Pond I think we should probably do. Okay, so this fight with the magic elementals isn't going to be fun. I think I'm going to recruit the Gogs. Thing is, as soon as we start doing this, that completely rules out going for Archdevils in this town, but I think that's okay. So the only thing about this is we don't benefit from upgrading any of these buildings right now because our best units are off to the north and we can't upgrade them till we bring them back. So I think we just spend our gold on the units instead. Then let's go back to this. Let's go Town Hall for now. We do need some more gold. Go for the Gogs. Dendroid soldiers have been kind of useful to us. But do we need them? The only thing about this is we don't have too many heroes we can return to the towns, because Sandro can't quite make it. I guess Kaled could, but she's part of the chain. So do we need these extra units? I think it couldn't hurt. Let's just do it. Start bringing Fiona back. Let's move Kaled up. Then we go to pick this stuff up. Axis moves to the north. Sandro comes towards the base. Christian is going to stay put, and Ayden. We should go for these. I think just to be safe, I'm going to go with 3 different stacks. This should be fine. They don't want to fight us, that's good. Okay, so it's lots of magic elementals. That's not a good fight for us. So we actually need... We need the 2 town gates. Serpent flies will be fine. get this first. So this takes us up to 9 knowledge because it's 4 extra knowledge, which is pretty good. So we have almost infinite spell points at this point. Horde of Harpies for the gem pond, I'm actually really tempted, but let's just check this. So 14,000 per turn in income. We need 20,000. 20,000 for the castle gate. That is doable, I think, with the Dwarven Treasury. That should be fine. We can also get a marketplace in this town. Although that's an extra turn of building, so maybe not. I am going to go for these. They don't want to fight us. I don't want to fight them. I probably should have, but never mind. So Breastplate of Brimstone is extra spell power, which would be nice. We don't have anything in that slot, so perhaps we go for it. Yeah, I don't think we spend anything else. I think we end the turn there. As blue turns back. I'm not sure why they got so close in the first place. So Erdemund doesn't come to attack us. We need to see what orange does. Pan comes through again. Orange, they're really going aggressive, but like they're not trying to avoid us. That was a lot closer than I realized. Wow, okay. So the monolith I was not paying attention to, that could have gone a lot worse. I need to be careful with this. So Clavius can get back to the base. I think we can afford to stop here on the way. We have to spend our gold on this. Go back to the base. Mana Vortex is kind of wasted on that, but that's fine. I'm going to recruit these just because they will expire at the end of the week. And that gives us 12,000 left to spend. I think first things first, let's see what we get when we take this on. So I don't want to do it with Christian. Okay. So I think 2 1-stack should be good, and let's also take this. Alright, so Axis goes for this. Don't think the order matters too much, but just to be sure, let's do that. Okay, so expected to lose a Pit Fiend. Shouldn't really allow that to happen. Okay, so we send these up as bait, and I think we block these off too. Okay, so those guys go for them instead. The devils don't get attacked, they're a bit too slow. So if we go for these, the other dwarves shouldn't be able to reach us. Okay, so 62 Cerberi don't have to worry about retaliation, so this is completely fine to do. They actually one-shot them. These guys still have 147 hit points left to go, so that's completely safe too. Let me finish these off. And that's no significant losses, perfect. Okay, so 5 crystal, 5,000 gold, not bad. So Scales of the Greater Basilisk are not amazing. Pack of Cavaliers I think we should go for. So the Cavaliers are probably going to form mostly in the middle. We want to try and bait them in. Okay, losses look kind of bad. Let's just see what we can do. So we can't actually put these in range, that's kind of a problem. Yeah, these guys, unfortunately, they're a little bit too slow to put themselves in range. We do have some good spells available to us. Magic Arrow for 60 points of damage isn't bad. I think I will go for that once. Okay, Cavaliers come forward. These guys are free to attack. It's going to get 1 to 5 kills, probably about 3 in that case. Yes, we do get 3. If we send these in, we get 1 to 2 kills. We have to take the retail, but that's fine. Send these to attack these. Next round begins. Ifrit move next, that's fine. Okay, so 67 health on these, 18 on these, so I think we go for Magic Arrow on these, and finish these off. Okay. Let's go with Advanced Wisdom. Let's pick these up. Still got 12 spell points left for this fight, and this one should be easy to bait, in theory. Yep, no losses expected. Kind of surprised by that. Yeah, we'll pick up 2 Ifrit. We'll start bringing them back. Don't think we picked this up with Ayden. Okay. So I think we will go for the Castle Gate soon. We need to go Fort, Citadel, perhaps Marketplace. But I think for now... we're going to focus on getting some Archdevils. So let's trade some resources. Though before we do, let's check the exact cost. So we only need 5 ore for that, which is completely fine. So we need 25 ore in total. Also need to defend this town. Just check. So we do have a castle. I think just to be safe, we should go for a few more defenders. These are kind of expensive, but does ensure our safety. Then we go back to this, we can go for... I think we trade most of this. Okay, so that's 2k back. So we have 13,000 to splash around if we want to. I think, again, there's no need to at this point. So I think Castle Gate we should do fairly soon. Yeah, in hindsight, I think Marketplace not really needed. I think what we'll do is we'll set up a chain. I think this works. So Axis can't move any further, but Christian can. Let's take the extra units. Could go for these. I think we can do that with very few losses. I think we might as well try. Let's go for it. They do want to fight us, and wow, okay, so quite a few losses expected. We get really unlucky. They actually start off with 51 Storm Elementals, which is kind of horrendous. Let's just see what they want to do. They go for the Imps, that's good. Those guys go off to defend. Okay, this is not going to be fun. Shouldn't have done this. Don't really gain too much from it. Although, should be able to double attack. We actually get morale, so we kind of get away with it. Go for the double attack, we send these forward. And the Devils forward too. And it says these guys have no melee penalty, but I read that that's a bug, and that they do. Should probably focus on these instead. Although these guys do move first, so maybe not. Yeah, so the Cerberi are going to take some damage. Yeah, I think just because of the speed advantage, they actually go for the Devils instead. The Devils take that quite well. Go for the attack. Devils take it again. Still 87 hit points to go. I think we actually completely get away with this. I can't believe we only took 8 losses, but okay, we'll take it. Basic offense for sure, and this one should be easier. I mean, the main reason I did that is to get access to all this, so I'm gonna go for it. I don't want to fight these. I'm going to check this out. Anti-magic. Okay, so that is worth having. Okay, so let's get these guys in place. So Khalid is going to go pick this stuff up. Go for the gold. Okay, so Fiona goes up and sets up the chain. So Christian has the units. Christian can already get to Fiona there. I'm pretty sure Sandro can be reached next turn. Okay, I think we kind of made that work somehow. So I think Horde of Pegasi I should go for. It's a bit of a detour, but don't want to fight the magic elementals. If we go through these, that gets us to this place, and I think that place, this might be worth going for. If we look underground. Okay, so there is a town, but it's unclaimed. But that might also be an Inferno town, because it's in the lava. Maybe we go for that. We can come back to this stuff. Let's take Octavia out. So I have to send someone back into a town, which we can of course do with Clavius. Get some more fodder. So I think 11 Manticores should be able to hold that off. We've got 20 spell points. I think that's okay. Okay, let's bring Octavia out. Octavia can go for this. So, if we give Octavia the units, her spellcasting is not good. Okay, apparently she has no spells at all. In that case, we don't want to trust her with anything. She doesn't have a spell book. I thought she did. Okay, so in that case, I think maybe we could go open this up. Because yeah, there's no way through to the sawmill otherwise. I think I do want to go for that. Bit of a detour, but let's do it. Actually quite a lot there. We are faster thanks to our cape. Yeah, I think we do want to haste. Okay, so these guys go first. Let's go for these. Should be fine to go for these as well. We will take some losses. So if I attack these guys move first, they will get destroyed by the retail. I think we should finish them off. Let's hope they go for the bait. Okay, so they're going to go for the demons instead. I think that's probably fine. They do go for the bait with that stack. 58 health on these. I think we maybe go Bless. Yeah, Bless makes sense. Hmm, 21 hit points on these, that's not much. We should probably move these out of range, but if I take a loss to a Manticore, that's better than taking a loss to the Ifrit. I think I'll go for these. And these guys still have full health. They get 8 kills. So this should be fine. Okay, then these guys are going to defend. Go for these next. Could have sent the one stack forward as bait, but never mind. Okay, so 13 kills on these, let's just go for it. So that was tougher than I thought, but gets us access to that next turn. We can then move to the west. Octavia can go pick this up. Okay, so Breastplate of Brimstone is +5 to our spell power, so that's really powerful. Takes us straight up from 6 to 11 spell power. Definitely a big improvement. Alright, so we've already established that Fiona is exactly where she needs to be. And Sandro should be fine too. Okay, so next turn I think we go upgraded Forsaken Palace. Only thing I'm unsure of is this definitely strong enough? So we've got 14k per turn coming in. This should be fine. The only thing I'm not sure about is Gem's spellcasting. But I can't see how we lose. Yeah, because we've got a pack of Manticores. Her best stack is several Dendroids. We can end the turn there. We might as well buy something cheap. So we're going to go for the... I think we can afford this. Let's go upgraded Fire Lake. Then we go to the next turn. If they want to attack us, that's fine. I am a bit upset they took my Cliff Nest, but we really don't need it, that's fine. Oh crap. Okay, this one's on me. Needed to pay more attention to the monoliths. The good news is, we can go chase that down. Orange comes for this instead too, but orange can't reach. Okay. This really annoys me about random maps trying to keep track of the monoliths. We have to go back for that now. That's fine. We can do that, we can get there in 2 turns. It's not an issue. If Zarfax goes straight for it, it is defended. Zarfax goes underground. We get stuck. So Zarfax has to pull back. The good news is there's no capital in that town, it's day 3, they will get to recruit some units, but nothing too bad. If I were to send Clavius out... That's so bad. I know that's really bad, that's a complete oversight by me, but it happens. So Sandra actually can't reach, but that's fine. Let's go back to Christian. Get our units back. Then Fiona comes back to the town. So I think the thing we need to establish... Zarfax can't make it back to the town either. Alright, so... Octavia can. He's not going to attack us. Although he's got several unicorns. Yeah, he's picked up all of our units, but... that's fine. That's a lot of gold gone, that's the way we have to think about it. Those units aren't too useful to him. He's left behind a weaker force. Okay, let's move back in this direction. Then we've got... these guys are 7 speed, these guys are 6 speed, and these guys are 4 speed. So I think what I'll do is I'll kind of go for a bit of a halfway option. I'm going to take the really slow units, and I think we leave the rest be. We can send these across. We've got leadership, so that's completely fine. Not going to cause problems for our morale. Then Zarfax goes for this. And Octavia needs to go back to the town. So what happens is next turn we're going to take Octavia's artifact, we're going to pass it to Zarfax. Zarfax is going to pass the slower units back to Ayden, along with the Breastplate of Brimstone. Ayden should then be able to make it to this town. Yep, can make it to this town next turn. So we get that back. That was completely avoidable, but my bad, it happens. We then go back to this town. We can still afford to spend our gold, that's fine. I was absolutely determined that we should have access to Archdevils before the end of the episode, and I'm still going with that. So Fiona is going to bring the Devils back, pass them to Sandro, and we can't afford to upgrade them just now, but just as a token gesture, let's pick up our first Archdevil. And there we go, we now have access to our best units. We've got Archdevils, we've got a second Inferno town, we need to go back and take our Rampart town back. Again, annoying situation, but is worth taking out Erdemont, is worth taking out Gem if we can. Could even maybe attack with Clavius instead, that's the other thing I considered. That's one of the reasons I brought Octavia back to this base, is just to check this out. So he can't actually reach. So yeah, it does have to be Ayden. Okay, well, annoying situation, but definitely something we can solve, not a major issue. I'm going to wrap this episode up here, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time when we will be taking this Rampart town straight back. Then what we could do is, instead of going underground and going towards what I think will be another Inferno town, we could go east instead, maybe take on purple. I do of course want to come back to this at some point, go for the Forsaken Palace, but it's not urgent to do it just yet. We can wait until we get the castle gate. We probably do have to wait until we get the castle gate. I probably want to come back to this and take the Forsaken Palace by day 7. So if it takes us to day 4 to this, so if day 4 takes us to this, we can go day 5 back to this. Day 6 and then day 7, it's definitely doable. If we build the castle gate in the meantime in both towns, then we can jump through the castle gate, we can pass these units straight to Ayden, and Ayden can still take this before the end of week 2. So it's fine. It's fine. We're going to forget it happened. It's all going to be fine next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.